Hi, I'm Solid Chris. Welcome to Jackass. Gentlemen, 2014 was an interesting year. I kissed a girl for the first time, I was finishing my primary school, and my grades shot up. The reason? Disappointment in gaming. You might ask yourself, what kind of fucked backstory are you talking about? Games were good back then. Well, no, not really. Call of Duty released Ghosts, and I remember watching my friend pop the game in his newly bought PS4, started playing multiplayer for the first time, and visibly got disappointed, sad, and infuriated after playing his first match, which was Stonehaven. He said, I should have bought Battlefield 4, and back then, he knew how much Ghosts sucked to him when he was wishing to buy a game that barely functioned. Oh, but you probably don't remember that Battlefield 4 was a game with a 1-year rough launch. Now, Battlefield and rough launches come hand to hand.
I'm sorry, I don't play video games that lie to me, you know?
I can't remember what was the last Battlefield game that had a near bugless launch, but 4 is a prime contender for having the worst launch and having the best comeback in a Battlefield game. 2042 sure had a shit launch, but that game, whilst now being okay at best, is still 2 years later a worse game than 4. So what made 4 the best Battlefield? I know what you're going to say. Actually, Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 1 is better. Sure, go play those games then. Did I ask for your opinions? No. Now back to where I was. Single player exists. I completed it like years ago, and honestly it's not that special. Multiplayer is where all the meat and potatoes are. Let me start with, in my opinion, the weakest part. Granted, this is more of a skill issue. What? There is a commander mode, where you literally watch the map and deploy stuff. Oh! You right click, okay. Now this is probably an amazing game mode, but my small monkey brain does not enjoy looking at a screen and clicking a button. I get neuron activation when I get on a sniper streak in flood zone. I will talk about snipers later. A bad part of the game are personally the maps. This is the start of the DICE map design, where DICE didn't know what they were doing really. On one end you had Operation Locker, Zawa 311, Silk Road, and Siege of Shanghai. No! But on the other, you had CLAYMORES Railway, Flood Zone,
under the water,
and any of the water maps. Mark that with some movement abusing NPC, and you are sure to have the best time of your life. Or most miserable time possible.
I just can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man.
One saving grace, however, Levolutions. My god. While Levolutions make the game worse, they are visually stunning. It might be something simple like leveling most of the buildings in CLAYMORES Railway, to fucking leveling a tower in Siege of Shanghai. My fucking god. Spread exists in this game, a mechanic where if you shoot for a longer time, your bullet does not shoot where you're aiming. It sucks ass. I never liked spread, I never will like spread. Now let's go for the good stuff. Server browser. I mean, need I say more? You can see what servers are on, what maps are being played, the player count. Granted, without better log, you can't tell if the player count is fake or not, and the score of the match. This is just the easiest and the best way to hop into a match. There are a ton of game modes. However, since there were 3 battlefields after 4 released, the player count is not as large as it used to be. Realistically, the only game modes that are populated are Team Deathmatch, Conquest, and Rush. Sometimes there are servers with a mix of game modes, so that is a plus sometimes. Starting off with Rush. Yeah, this game mode sucks. I know some people are going to go, but Rush is like the best. Well, the thing is, newer games just do it better, mostly due to maps. Now, I'm not saying that the mode is unplayable. There are maps that are serviceable, but it's just that those maps are in smaller quantity compared to heavily one-sided map. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Gulf of Oman. Conquest. Conquest is a game mode where you capture point. Why am I explaining what a conquest is to you? You probably know. Hell, a gorilla probably knows that. Oh, red bad. Red needs to turn blue. I need to go to red to turn blue. This game mode is where it's at. Varied map selection, a ton of ways to play the game. You wanna snipe? Go ahead. You wanna rush with an SMG? Make him suffer. You want to help and heal people whilst also ripping ass with an assault rifle? Be that gigachad. You can be a Chad and you can use the best weapon that the assault class has been gifted with. The defibrillator. You can also burn people to death. Want to cosplay as Russian? Yell 100 bullet of Russian Angler while PKPing the hell out of the enemies. Well, of course you want to do that. I mean, who doesn't? See a fucker over there? Just tank him. Gangbang a tank, I guess. That jet got a little too close to your tank. Well, jet no more. The options are truly limitless. Before I talk about Team Deathmatch, Team Deathmatch is where I pop off. You see, I kinda suck at Battlefield, or at least I very much did, until I figured out how the gunplay really functions. Team Deathmatch is a 16v16 or 32v32 game mode, and this is honestly the most mindless fun game mode. Maps are mostly good, and with a variety of maps, you might end up going Goblin mode with close quarter guns, or you can snipe that other sniper and his sniper boyfriend that failed to guard his ass. And my god, when you finish a match with top 3 result, the feeling of that well-earned victory is some of the most neuron-activating shit you have ever seen. And of course, what completes this feeling of self-gratitude of doing well? The audio. The audio in this game is honestly top-notch. It's the best I've ever heard in a game, seriously. The occlusion of the audio is just really well made and is currently very much unmatched by any other game, and the gun sounds themselves are just S tier. Which is accompanied by the gunplay. This game has a shit ton of guns, and sure, most of them are the same, with some standouts. That is honestly not a problem, as gunplay is quite amazing. Even spread, which I hate, is manageable. Guns are mostly balanced. The customization isn't really what modern day zoomers are used to with COD, but in 2013, it was quite open. Comparing to COD, where you could attach what, 2-3 attachments on a gun at the max, in Battlefield you had optics, muzzles, foregrips, and miscellaneous stuff. Now sure, there are meta attachments, but if you are a meta-hugging whore, go fuck yourself. Granted, stubby grip honestly makes this game fun for me because it kills down spread, and each gun type is satisfying. One type I will separately talk about though will be the snipers. Sniping in Battlefield is easy to learn, difficult to master. Whilst it's easy to figure out ranges of enemies, especially with the rangefinder, it's hitting those shots that are difficult. Headshots are the only way to kill the enemy in one shot. Chest shots are two-shot kills, unless at close range and the enemy does not have the defender perk. Now I can't really help people on how to snipe, considering I suck ass at sniping. What I do know is that there are a lot of options for sniping. For closer ranges you have the M40 with a very fast bolt rechambering speed. For longer ranges you have the intervention with its bullets that somehow are managing to defy gravity and bullet drop. Or you can play literally however you want, because any gun in this game is viable. Now to conclude this video, is this a perfect battlefield? No. Is it a balanced battlefield? No. I mean, at least there is no USAS that you can equip in the loadout with frag grenades like in certain other title. Is it fun? Oh, for sure. And that is why I think it's the best battlefield I have ever played. If you stayed here till the end, I'd appreciate the like for this video. I was a bit sick while voiceovering this, so that's why I kinda sound like shit. And as for what else I'm cooking, I'm not sure, but something is in the making. You can catch me on streams, which I'll occasionally stream, probably more often now in the future, and until the next video, have a good rest of the day.